Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to take a classic fall dish, shepherd's pie, and we're going to cook it in the crock pot. Now you could know it as cottage pie. It kind of all depends on the type of meat that you're going to be cooking. My dish is going to have a layer of ground beef that's seasoned. We're going to have a savory kind of gravy that's going to pull that together with some veggies. And then we're going to top it with mashed potatoes. And I'm going to show you just how easy that's going to happen. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start browning up our ground beef. I have about 2 pounds in a large skillet over medium-high heat. We're going to start breaking this down. I like to cook my ground beef before it goes into the crock pot. All right, I'm using my handy dandy meat chopper here. I love this tool. It breaks down the ground meat pretty fast. And when I say ground meat, you can use this for ground chicken, ground pork, ground sausage, ground chicken, ground beef. You can even use this to shred chicken in your crock pot. Yeah. It's a really great tool. It's very sturdy. I've had this one for 4 years. Okay, I've got it pretty broken up. What we're going to do now is add 1 medium yellow onion. Now I've already chopped this up. We're going to let this cook with the ground beef. It'll soften it down. I chopped it pretty big because it will soften down in the crock pot too. Plus we don't want to lose the texture of the onion. I'm going to finish browning up the ground beef and softening down that onion, and then I'm going to bring you back. Okay, our ground beef is all browned up and the onions are nice and soft and we still have the shape of them. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the burner. I'm going to drain the grease out just right in the pan here. Just move over some of the meat and grab some paper towels, place it in, let it absorb, and we'll take it out. We go. I've got a 6-quart crock pot. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick cooking spray. We're going to add all of our browned meat and onion into the bottom of the crock pot. Okay, I have all the ingredients right here to make our savory gravy layer that's going to pull it all together. We're going to be using beef broth, Worcestershire, corn, peas and carrots, gravy packets, cream of soup, salt and pepper. I'm using 10 ounces of cream of celery soup. Now you can use cream of mushroom if you would like. Now I've drained 1 can, it's 14 ounces of corn. I like corn in my shepherd's pie. We're going to add 1 cup of peas and carrots. These are frozen. That looks good. 1/4 teaspoon black pepper. 1/4 teaspoon salt. 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. I've got 2 packets of brown gravy mix. These are 0.87 ounces each. We're going to add those. And then we're going to add 2 cups of beef broth. Give it some liquid. Plus the gravy mixes and that cream of soup will help thicken it up. Let's stir this all together. Oh, it just smells good. I just want to get a spoon right now. We've got to put it together. All right, we're just going to flatten it down. All right, we're going to place a lid on. We're going to cook this on high for 2.5 hours, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with the potatoes, because at that point we're going to need another hour to finish this off. So it'll be about 3.5 hours on high total. I'll be back. Okay, our 2.5 hours are up. Let's take a look. It smells delicious in the house. Oh, that looks good. All right, what we're gonna do now, there's 3 different ways to make your mashed potatoes. One way is to make homemade mashed potatoes, and you can boil your potatoes, drain them, season them with salt, pepper, milk, and butter, mash them up and make them that way. The second way is that you can use like the boxed instant mashed potatoes or the little bags of instant mashed potatoes, make them that way per the directions, or you can get some that are already made. You can get these in your refrigerated section. Now this is a family pack, so it'll hold just enough for us to go into our crock pot. You want to make sure that your mashed potatoes are already cooked, so whether homemade, instant, or right out of your store. So let's go ahead and put these on top of the mixture. We're going to put the crock pot on a low heat, 1 hour, and I'm going to go low. So what I'm going to do is skim off a little bit of the fat that has risen to the top. Just lay some paper towels on the top. I'm just going to flatten my hand on it, push it down. That'll absorb any of that excess grease. We're going to go ahead now and spoon the mashed potatoes on top of the mixture. You want a good 6 to 8 servings of potatoes. You don't want to mix it in. This is just the topping. These will soften down in here. If you've pre-made your mashed potatoes and they're warm, just go ahead and just put them on top. You want to make sure that you have a thick consistency. I'm going to spread it out. Great idea, huh? Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to add some cheese to the top. Yeah, if you want, why not? All right, here's a good tip. Anytime you want to cook something in the crock pot and you don't want the condensation on the lid to fall into your food, place paper towels across the top. What this will do is catch any condensation that may come off of the lid. We don't want to get those potatoes too wet in there, so this will happen right here. We're going to place the lid on. We're going to go ahead now and cook this for 30 more minutes until the potatoes are heated through. They'll kind of dry out just a little bit on the top to kind of resemble what you get when you put a shepherd's pie in the oven. We want that cheese to be nice and melted also. We're going to come back and I'm going to give this a try for you. Okay, it's done. It is heated through. We're going to add some fresh parsley across the top. You'd want to let this sit for just a few minutes to kind of pull itself together, or you can dive in if y'all are hungry. Okay, what do you think of my shepherd's pie in the slow cooker? Or as people know it, the crock pot. Look how delicious that looks. Let's grab a fork and dive in. All right, it's cheesy. Y'all let me know down in the comments if you like cheese on your shepherd's pie or if you just like it without. It adds another layer of flavor, let me tell you. Make sure you blow right out of the crock pot. You know it's going to be hot. Oh yeah, that's comforting. Got these fall days coming, leading right into winter, the holidays. Oh, make one of these and just pass it around. Yeah, that'll make some good leftovers too, for sure. Oh, the gravy in there, it's so savory and just, oh, pulls everything together. And then you got those potatoes making it nice and creamy. Okay, let me know what you think of my crock pot shepherd's pie in the slow cooker, however you want to call it. Give me a thumbs up on this one. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. I do have a whole slew of crock pot recipes. I will link them down below in the description box in a playlist for you. All right, I'll see y'all on the next episode.